introduction class of machine learning. So today we are going to see what is machine learning and what are the types of algorithms that we have in each category of machine learning. So if you are already aware of that, you can skip to the next video. Otherwise, let's get started. Okay. So first thing that we see is there's a lot of confusion between AI, data science, machine learning, NLP, neural networks. So all this like attractive terms. Okay. So we are going to classify them first. Okay, so let me take my pen. Okay, so let's see, there's a product which we are using so that there is some ease in the human task and some decisions can be taken by machines. Okay, so any product, okay, not algorithm, not concept, any product that it is for suppose a final chatbot, okay, for suppose a final program which helps in autonomous driving. Okay, so the products which helps in taking decisions, not the concept of algorithm, but the product, that we call it as an AI. Okay, so artificial intelligence is not a concept, but it is something which helps in, like, it is the final output, we can say. Okay, and then under that we have something called data science. So if we create a big one more circle inside it, you can find similar such images in Google. So this inside circle is what we call as data science. So here we talk about the pre-processing, using of algorithms, and finally concluding with a model which we can use in our production for the prediction. Now here we will be having a pre-processing part, choosing of algorithms part, then finalizing the algorithm, then choosing the model. So all the steps that we are going to see one by one, but all these steps are part of data science. Now inside that, okay, inside that we have small circles. Let's say this, let's draw 5 circles for now. Okay, like that we have too many circles. Okay, for example, what is the first circle? First circle is ML, second circle is deep learning. Okay, third you can say NLP. Okay, so similarly we have n number of other circles inside it. Okay, so that's how we classify the overall thing. Okay, so algorithm specific thing we call as machine learning. Now here we are using algorithm and we are tuning using some of the parameters. Okay, like how much learning rate. Okay, there are a number of hyperparameters which we are going to use. If that term is not familiar to you, that is fine, but machine learning is focused on algorithm. Okay, now next is the deep learning. So deep learning and ML learning, machine learning, the difference, if you see in deep learning, right, we use the algorithm and we use multiple algorithm to form a new algorithm. So here I can say we form a new algorithm which is nothing but a stack or collection of the existing algorithms. Now it is not randomly chosen, there's too much maths behind it, there's too much common sense, there's too much information which is needed from the use case. Based on that we structurize algorithm and we form what we can say, we can form a stack of algorithms. Okay, so this we can say algorithm 1, this we can say concept 1, this we can say algorithm 2, concept 2, concept 3, then 3 4 more algorithms. So this way we structurize layers of algorithm, of a new algorithm. Okay, so that's how we deal with the deep learning. Now similarly we have natural language processing, NLP. So for suppose you talk to chatbot, right? So for every question that you ask, it is not like there's an if else running behind the machine. So it's not like, okay, this specific sentence is asked, so this specific answer has to be given. That's not how NLP works. So if that is the case, there is no use of machine learning and all. It is as simple as if else. But what natural language processing does is, let me explain you with an example. So let's say you are saying how are you, okay, but behind the scene it is not like someone has written that if you ask how are you, bot has to reply I am fine. No, so there might be some other questions, question 1, question 2, question 3. Okay, all this have the intention, or all these are written in such a way that you are asking. Okay, so with these 3 questions Like suppose this question has 3 words, this question has 4 words, this question has 5 words. So all these questions will ask, okay, the intention of these 3 questions is asking how are you. So the similar words need not to be there, but what natural NLP does is it tokenizes. Like suppose how are you doing, that is our question, okay, how are you doing. So it tokenizes each words and finally concludes that what was the intentions of these questions. Okay, now when you as an end user ask some questions, it does not see whether this question is there in the backend or not. No, it tokenizes the words and then see what is the intention behind this question. So here we are saying that if these are the terms, okay, so there might be multiple questions. Now based on those questions we say, okay, if this is, these are the words that you find in questions, they are asking about you, okay, about how are you. Okay, that's how we come to a conclusion based on what intention the question is trying to say. So here again, this is the end user question. Now based on this question we come to an we conclude that what is the intention of users questions. Now for that intention, what was the answers that has been discussed or decided by the bot, there will be again list of sentences. So out of that, one of the answers will be given as a response. So that's how NLP works. So it basically processes each tokens, and also in detail we are going to study later on, but as of now this is the concept. So we have a complete product called AI. Under that we have data science, which is nothing but an end-to-end process of developing a product which could take a decision for us. Then under that we have ML, machine learning, deep learning, natural language processing, and n number of other circles. So all small circles. So that we will not discuss as of now, but for now our next thing is focusing on machine learning. So we will see what are the types of we will see what are the categories of algorithms present in machine learning. Okay, so let's go to the new page. So machine learning is divided into basically 4 categories. Let me take my pen. Okay, right. So this ML is first defined as supervised learning. Okay, then next is we have unsupervised. We'll see in detail about them in a minute. Supervised. Then third we have semi-supervised. Now fourth we have this thing, reinforcement learning. Reinforcement learning. Okay, so what supervised says is you have some, okay, if you know what is data set, what is columns, what is rows, okay, what are the features, what are the output labels. If no, just go back to previous videos, then come to here. Okay, so supervised learning says that we have a data set given. Okay, so in that we have features. Okay, features means you can say X columns, and we have a output column. So here what we are saying is that suppose here we have 5 rows, okay, 4 rows, and for each row we have an output here. So what it is saying that if this is the scenario, okay, this is the output one. Okay, so here what we are saying is we have the scenario, and if that is the scenario, what is the output. So here we can say we are given the label, or we can say the output is given to us. So here we know if this is the case, okay, this is the output. So based on that we are going to form an equations which we call as models. So we form models based on this kind of data set, that we have inputs as well as outputs as well. Okay, but in case of unsupervised learning we are given only this first box, okay, this first box, but there is no output label. No output label is there. So what we do is we have features, right? So these features we plot on the graph based on categories. So this is category 1, category 2, category 3. So if this suppose 5 dimensions, so we try to plot a 5 dimensional, okay, that we will discuss in another term, but for now we can say is we try to segregate based on categories. Okay, and then based on that we see, okay, So these kind of features, okay, suppose this is our graph. So if height is more, it is falling in this region. If height is less, this is falling in this region. If height and weight both are less, this is falling in this region. So that's how we form clusters. And when the new output comes, or we can say a new request comes for the prediction 6, so for that we plot it again and we see in which cluster is it falling. Based on that, we categorize that this belongs to this categories. I hope you are clear. So the famous example that we take for describing this thing is like apple, orange, banana. So if a color is orange and if it is not lengthy, we say it as orange. If color is red, again it is not lengthy, we say it as apple. So like that, we don't know whether it is an apple, orange or red, but we say it is belongs to cluster 1, it belongs to cluster 2, because as a human I know that is an apple, but a system doesn't know because I didn't provided this output column which says that this category, this first cluster is apple, the second cluster is orange. Okay, so that's how unsupervised learning says. Okay, now in semi-supervised learning, what happens is it is simply an hybrid of supervised and unsupervised. So here, for some of the rows we will be given an output label, and for some of the rows we will not be given this output label. Okay, so we try to combine, we try to like get the output of the data set for which we are not given output, or we try to what do you say, we try to train on this and we try to test on this. So what happens is there are like in brief I can say two things. So for the data set for which I have not given any output label, what I will do, I'll try to get the output, okay, or else I'll categorize this based on cluster and I'll not consider this. So there are n number of other approaches for solving semi-supervised, but we mainly focus on supervised and unsupervised because concept lies there. Okay, semi-supervised is simply a hybrid of supervised and unsupervised. Next we have reinforcement learning. So as the name itself suggests that here it doesn't learn initially. Okay, here we simply have an environment, okay, and we have an agent here. So for example I can say you have a racetrack. Okay, that racetrack is nothing but an environment. On that our focus is to make sure that the car, okay, my diagram is bad. Okay, so this car has to reach the end, this flag. Okay, so our intention is to reach the end. So I will try to write an algorithm which makes sure that it gives a proper direction for the car to reach the end, but I don't know how the vehicle is behaving, how the algorithm is behaving. So here what I do is I simply start, okay, and then based on that I see that my car is moving away from this track. So at that time what action should I take? So here car is my focus, so car is my agent, and the environment, that is racetrack, it is going to work in. So that is what environment and agent is in reinforcement learning. So reinforcement learning basically says that I will learn based on trial. Reinforcement means it will continuously strive to learn again and again. Finally we need to make sure that it doesn't get overfit, or okay, so those terms again keep it aside. We need to make sure that it learns again and again by tuning the current parameters. Okay, so finally it does trial and error, and finally it comes to a conclusion that what needs to be learned, what has to be observed, what has to be ignored. So based on that it tries to learn, and finally we get a proper neural network, or we can say we get finally a structure of equation, okay, which we can use for the prediction, or we can say for the finalized product. Okay, so that was our reinforcement learning. I hope these four categories are very much clear. Now in the upcoming videos we are going to see what each algorithm in each category. So for example I can say in supervised learning we have okay, let me open a new slide. Okay, so I can say that, okay, I have to select my pen again. Let's take this. Okay, so in supervised learning, right, I can either we have two things, either I can do a regression or either I can do classification. So what does this means? So we know that, okay, so if I want to compare based on marks, so which is a numerical value, right? So if you have seen what are the types of variables, that is a nominal, ordinal, continuous, concrete. So if not, you can visit previous videos. I will have the video link in which I have explained these variable types, and you can follow that. But otherwise, if you know, then we see when we try to get an absolute value of something. Okay, so if I give you let's say if I give you a car and I want the exact mileage of that, okay, so based on the previous how the car worked, you want me to give me some specific value that, okay, this is going to be the mileage in this much year. So that prediction which we do on numerical values, that is a concrete thing. Here don't again focus on numerical value. Here we are saying that what we can say, discrete values, and numbers. Based on that, if you want to have the prediction, that then it comes under regression. But if you say, if I want whether it is an apple, whether it is a cat or dog or anything, so there I'm classifying. Okay, I want which class does my input belongs to. It has two legs, it has two hands, so what type of living being is it? So probability that it is a human being, so that class I want. Okay, so for regression we have linear regression, okay, we have logistic regression, so we have KNN, and we have so many other things. Okay, similarly for classification we have K means. Okay, here we generally get clustering algorithms. Okay, so K-mean again is a clustering algorithm, but we are going to see each algorithm in depth. But here just for telling you that we have two types of things, regression and classification. So this supervised, and then we have unsupervised, and then we have in unsupervised we are going to see various things like ensemble techniques. Okay, in this we are going to see ADA, boosting, bagging. So okay, boosting, bagging, decision trees, and a lot more. This decision tree will also can be used for this classification and all. So we are going to see each algorithm in depth. Then we have ensemble learning. So as soon as you go from this left hand side categories to right hand side categories, so we can see one thing in common, that initially we are choosing algorithms which can either can do regression, or which can either do classification. But as soon as we go towards right in the sense, as soon as you go from supervised to unsupervised, semi-supervised reinforcement, we see that each algorithm that we are choosing, right? So that can be used either for regression, it can be used both for regression and for classification. So I hope the overall picture you have in mind. So in each upcoming video we are going to cover each kind of algorithm. So the very next video that we are going to learn is linear regression. Okay, so why we are starting from this is because most of the, okay, so as we are seeing linear regression which is specific to regression, and we will try to come across a new concepts. Then we will see what is K-mean, so there we will come across some new concepts. So as we move towards the right, those concepts will be mixed, though the hybrids of those concepts will we will come across, and then we will use it in further algorithms. So that's how we are going to move from very left to the very right. I hope that makes sense. So yeah, that's it for today. If you have any queries with respect to the structure, categories or algorithms wise, please write down in the comment section, and if you like the video, please do subscribe and support. Thank you. That's it for today.